Excel Tutorial 2, pages 98 through 102. Using the average function. All right, read the top of page 98 so you understand the proper syntax when you're utilizing the average function. To calculate the average monthly sales for each store. All right, step number 1, you should have your sales report workbook open and the sales report worksheet tab active. In cell P26, all right, P26, enter the text in all caps, average as the label. You will enter the average function in this cell. We hit enter and it took you to P27. We're going to enter the average function in this cell to calculate the average monthly sales for the store on 411 Elm Drive in Madison, Wisconsin. Okay, so with cell P27 active, on the Home tab in the Editing group, click the AutoSum button arrow, not the AutoSum button itself, but the arrow next to it, and then click Average. Okay, so Home tab, Editing group, the AutoSum button arrow, and you select Average. The formula equals the average of C27 through O27 appears in the cell. The range reference that was included in the function is incorrect. It includes cell O27, which contains the total gross sales for all months. You need to correct the range reference. Select O27 in the function argument and then click cell N27. Okay, so we don't want O27 here. We want N27. Okay, we could have just typed in N27 as well. Whichever way you want to do it is fine. But the bottom line is check right here and make sure this now says the average of C27 through N27. Once you have that correct, press your enter key. And it's going to return the value of $29,583, which is the monthly gross sales, the average of the monthly gross sales from the store on 411 Elm Drive. All right. Now, click back onto cell P27 and then change the alignment to top align so the calculated value is aligned with the top of the cell. All right, P27, alignment group, and it says we want top align right there. Remember, just touch them, they'll light up and tell you what they are. Step number 8, copy the formula in cell P27 and then paste the copied formula into the range P28 through P47. All right, so in P27, we want to copy down through P47 and right click and paste and escape and deselect. Okay, and then we're going to take a quick look at figure 2-23 on the top of page 99, and you can check some of your figures. You can't quite see them all. Oops, 792. And yes, I really do check mine, and you really should check yours as well. Okay, looks like it all came out great on mine. If it didn't on yours, just press pause on the video, undo, and fix it. All right, on to page 99. Read about applying cell styles, and then flip over to page 100. At the top of page 100, to apply cell styles to the sales report worksheet, select B4. Here's B, and there's 4. Contains the text Sales Statistics. On the Home tab in the Styles group, click the Sales Styles button. Home tab, Styles group. Right, Sales Styles button. With that down pointing arrow, the Sales Styles gallery opens. Okay, and we are going to point to heading 1. Heading 1. Now, it just says point to it, and then it says move the pointer over different styles in the Sales Styles gallery. Okay, so you can, and watch your cell over here, and you can see what happens when you, well, that's just awful. Just touch them and check it out. See what happens. All right, the one we're going to actually select is the title style. So select title style. Sorry, I lost my box. And just go title style right there. Select the range B5 to F5. Okay, here's B, here's 5, and there's F5. In the styles group, cell styles, we want accent 3 style in the themed cell styles section. Okay, so with this selected, home tab, styles group, down pointing arrow, it says to select accent 3. So all you're going to do is read these, and you can see it's right here. It's accent 3. This is the themed cell styles group. Go ahead and click on that one right there. Select cell A25. It contains the text 2015 monthly gross sales, and then apply the title cell style. Remember that one right there? Select cell A3. Basically deselect. Okay, so you made a few changes. You applied some styles and learned where they are, how to access your gallery, and that you have a live preview and you can touch them and see how they look without actually having to format your worksheet with them, and poke around until you find the right one. All right, let's move on to page 101. Please read about copying and pasting formats. And we're going to use a format painter. Okay, I don't know why the format painter confounds my students, but it always does. Super important that you know how to use this. This is one of the biggest time savers, and we're going to use it from here on out in this class. Okay, no more hand picking styles over and over. Once we use something once, we use the format painter. So make sure you read this, and when we're done with this chapter, I'm going to ask you to go back and practice that a few times to make sure 100% you know how to use it. All right, on the bottom of page 101, to use the format painter to copy and paste a format, go to the documentation worksheet and then select the range A1 and A2. Okay. On the Home tab in the Clipboard group, click the Format Painter button. The formats from the selected cells are copied to the clipboard, and a flashing border appears around the selected range, and the pointer changes to a white plus sign with a little paintbrush. Okay, so on the Home tab in your Clipboard group, single click your Format Painter, and there's a difference between a single click and a double click, so make sure you do the right one. Return to the Sales Report worksheet. And do you see my mouse head and how it has the little white plus sign and a paintbrush? Click cell A1. The formatting from the documentation worksheet is removed from the clipboard and applied to the range A1 to A2. Notice that the larger font size you applied to the text Big Flavor was not included in the pasted formats. Double-click cell A2 to enter edit mode and select Big Flavor. Increase the font size to 14 points. The format for the slogan now matches the slogan on the documentation sheet. Deselect. All right, take a look at figure 2-26, which is on page 102, and compare your screen to the figure they have there and make sure they look the same. If not, correct any errors now. Then read about the little paragraph right here in between figure 2.26 and copying and pasting multiple formats. And let's move on to copy and paste those multiple formats. Select the range B4 to F12 in the sales report worksheet. Okay, B4 to F12. Here's B, here's 4, here's F, and here's 12. B4 to F12. On the Home tab in the Clipboard group, click the Format Painter button. click cell B14. So what we're going to do is the way this is formatted right here, we selected the whole thing, we said copy the formats, and when we click right here on cell B14, it's going to copy it into this whole range. All right, did it copy for you? Now, select the range C23 to E23. C23 to E23. Okay, here's C, here's 23, and E23. On the Home tab in the number group, click the comma style button, and then click the decrease decimal button twice to remove the decimal places to the right of the decimal point. The numbers are vertically aligned in their columns. Select cell F23. F, and there's 23. In the number group, click the percent style button to change the number to a percentage, and then click the increase decimal button twice to display 2 decimal places in the percentage. Okay, so the percent style button, and then increase decimal 2 times, and then deselect and save. All right, that's the end of this video, and you're ready to move on to the next one.